Last week, I received a voicemail saying, hey, David, you did a story about Tesla and you didn't mention your potential conflict, which is that you are a Tesla shareholder. And I said, fine, write in. If you want me to disclose my Tesla stockholdership every single time we mention Tesla, I will. If you don't want me to, then write in and tell me that. The response was very close. About 55% said that every time I mention Tesla, I should disclose that I am a shareholder of Tesla. The other 45% said it's a little bit ridiculous to do it every single time. And some people said, well, put something on the bottom of the screen over here, maybe somewhere every time you do it. That doesn't really make sense because a lot of people are listening to a radio show or a podcast. So a visual disclaimer wouldn't really make sense. And other people said, well, once is fine. But the problem is if you miss that one episode, you would have absolutely no idea. I'm ready to say, Louis, I'll just mention it every time. 55%. It's not a huge majority, but it is a majority. People who say mention that you're a Tesla shareholder every single time. I have no problem doing that.
It seems fine. This is a democratic process, right? And the majority have spoken. And so, okay, we don't cover it that often. Big deal. You mention it very briefly every time.
Now, what about a story about something else which reminds me of a Tesla anecdote? Because I was thinking, for example, we're doing a story about automation more broadly. And in the discussion, I don't have any research in front of me or anything, but I mention a bunch of types of automation, including Tesla's autopilot. Do I also, Rachel, need to interrupt the flow of the show at that point, even though the segment's not really about Tesla, to crowbar in that disclaimer?
I think not, because kind of how separate is it going to get? Because it can just kind of lead to a certain train of thought. And then if becomes a game of word association, and then it kind of becomes very, I don't know, derailed, I would say.
Yeah, I think that in some cases, Louis, it could just be a distraction.
Maybe. But you have to train yourself to make it not be a distraction. You have to very, very quickly sneak it in there. I would say anytime you mention the word Tesla, unless you're talking about the inventor.
Scientist, the inventor, right. Okay, well, so that's the policy. The people have spoken. I am absolutely fine with that. If you have any more thoughts on that, let me know on our Facebook page, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. We will take a break. Much more coming up today.